Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest here with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Joanne Newton. I am a licensed professional counselor.
Okay. So thank you for watching my last video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you have any type of question about this. But we're just going to go ahead and get right back into this video and let's get started. So today we're going to talk about depression, because literally everywhere I go, I'm always seeing depression. People, like, just the looks on their faces, they're just not, like, they just don't have joy. Like, people are always depressed. They will say it, just all this stuff. And so I really think that it's a topic that we should really talk about. I was going to start another series on relationships, but I really wanted this video to go out first because there's so many lives that can be saved if y'all will, like, implement what we're about to talk about in your lives and help other friends around you. So, first question I have for you is, what is depression? Like, what's the clinical definition of depression?
Well, depression is actually a chemical imbalance. If we're going to look at it medically, it's a chemical imbalance that affects your body, your mood, and physically and your thoughts.
Okay. So, what are some usual, like, indicators, signs, symptoms of depression?
Well, the first one that always goes with depression is sadness. There is the sadness, and with sadness, like your mood, you'll stop talking as much to people. You won't have clear thoughts. You isolate. You tend to either stop eating or eat too much. So it can go either way, and then sometimes. Some people will even be angry or not treat their loved ones nicely. It could be even anger.
Okay. So what can we say or do to help our friends who tell us that they might be depressed?
A lot of times being able to, when it's a mild depression, a lot of times when a person is able to actually just put their thoughts out and talk about what's going on with them, and helping them to maybe not find solutions for them, but help them to come up with solutions themselves, it can bring you out of depression. But if you're talking more of a major depression where there may be a heavy chemical balance or something that's a huge trauma has happened and created this depression in someone, then they probably need to get some help. They can see a therapist like myself, or sometimes they can even go to their doctor and get some help in that way. But the best way usually is talking to someone.
All right, so just being like a good place to vent to.
Sometimes, yes. That's sometimes what we just need. We need to be able to say what we are feeling, and be able to try to figure out what we might be able to do about that, or even being felt like somebody's listening to me, or somebody's on the same sheet of music with me.
Okay. So now that we know, like, how to spot depression and, like, just what is it, how can we prevent ourselves from becoming depressed?
Well, like I said, a lot of times depression is a chemical imbalance. Sometimes it's generational, meaning that it comes from one person to the next, but that doesn't mean you're going to naturally get depression. So one of the things that you could do is to make sure that you're eating correctly. Nutrition plays a major role in many disorders and diseases, as you know, and so you need to be eating right. You need to make sure that you get sun and you get outside, and that and then you interact with people. Those are things that will keep you your body from feeling well, so that it doesn't fall into depression. But also, planning and making plans for yourself, and not being so hard on yourself, speaking encouraging words, doing devotionals, things of that nature, and always, hanging around people that are going to be positive to you and not necessarily negative to you.
Okay. So, just that being said, is there anything else you would like to add to that? Anything extra you'd like to say?
Well, the biggest thing is a lot of people always put suicide to depression, and suicide is definitely a topic that has been large, that starts out a lot of times with depression. With suicide, you definitely need to find some help. reach out to someone, cry out to someone. And if someone cries out to you, you need to find somewhere where they can get help. Don't keep it to yourself. Find an adult that could help, or call a therapist or call the hospital. And if someone is trying to do that, then they need to go to the hospital so that they can get the correct care.
All right. I feel like that alone can just save so many lives. But what you had to say was really, really good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching and just sitting here. I try to keep the video as short as possible so that you don't have to have a lot of time to just like sit down and watch it. That way more people are able to, hear what we got to say. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram at Brooklyn the Preacher's Daughter, as well as following her.
My Instagram is Restorative Hope Sanctuary.
Yes, Restorative Hope Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and follow her on there, just so you can see her encouraging posts and just things like that. Thank you again for watching, and bye-bye.